self-worth, self-patience, healthy boundaries, healthy balance. So you can understand your trauma and your pain. So you won't shortchange yourself to allow yourself to become victim. So you won't allow yourself to become victim and shortchange yourself when it comes to your future. So you'll be able to choose your best self-vision of yourself in the most healthiest way. And I say that respectfully. Cultures going against each other. So unhealthy. One culture think they better than the next culture. I'm so confused. How did that even happen? So confused. So confused. Like, make it make sense. You discriminated against another culture because you feel like one culture is more ignorant. But if you really want to get technical, regardless of what culture you are, you have a group of fair share of each and somebody within each culture that's ignorant, that's disrespectful, that commits crimes against innocent people. So it doesn't matter what culture it is at the end of the day. Let's talk about it. It's a thought process for me. It doesn't matter what culture you are at the end of the day. Ain't nobody eliminated from the conversation. You got people out here psyching their wives at their freedom. You got women out here psyching their husbands out their freedom. Regardless of what their culture is. Then you got innocent people hurting children. Regardless of what their culture is. Or you got people within the culture telling they innocent people within their culture to psych them own selves at their own freedom. Let's talk about it. That wasn't God's work. That wasn't God's work. That was the enemy talking. Nothing but the enemy talking. Because God did not create us to psych ourselves out of our freedom, or let alone our neighbor. I don't think you've been paying attention. Judgment Day's here. Judgment Day's here. Judgment Day's here. You gotta, you know what it is too? Never did a book boss cover. And I say that respectfully. Never did a book boss cover. It's the thought process for me. I'm about to wrap this video up. I truly appreciate the time to the genuine ones that took the time to watch me. I truly appreciate it. We live in a society where we should not be going against each other. We should be in a society where uniting together and respecting each other and understanding, having peaceful protesting, having peaceful outings, being in a peaceful environment and respecting each other with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. Just because you don't understand somebody's walk of life, that don't mean kick your neighbor down. And I say that respectfully because everybody expresses themselves differently. It don't make nobody better than the next person or not. And I say that respectfully. It does not. But it's called respect, neighbor. It's called respect. It's called respect. The other day, this homeless lady was minding her business. She was discriminated against. Regardless of her sexual orientation or her religion, it doesn't matter. She was discriminated against because of her mental health. She was homeless. And because she didn't have the proper support, she's already labeled as she's unaware of herself. She's just dealing with trauma and pain. She's fully mentally okay. But they labeled her. And because they labeled her, right? They jumped this lady. They called the cops on this lady. just for her to go into the psych board. And she wasn't even bothering nobody. She wasn't acting out of any sort of form at the end of the day. Like, she wasn't acting out in no shape or form. No shape or form. And this type of stuff happens every single day to innocent people that may be in hospitals or not at the end of the day, if they're homeless or not. A lot of this stuff happens every single day, and a lot of people are not protected, and a lot of people do not speak up for people like this at the end of the day. Mental health is very important. How you can see an individual, right? Somebody may be getting money in a household. They could sit there and lie and manipulate somebody's character and say that this person was acting out in the household, all because they want this person's funds. They want this person's home. Just to put them in a hospital, in a mental psych ward. Let's talk about it. Everybody want to talk about all this dumb stuff. All this stuff that the enemy is allowing you to believe was the norm. It's not the norm. Come on, let's talk about real stuff. This stuff is happening every single day. Every single day, and it could be you. When you least expect it. They can sit there and tell your family anything. But who's there to protect you? Well, there's some people that don't have family to come and rescue them at the end of the day. And then you have those family members that's on it, that's paying attention to what's going on. Not everybody's the same when it comes to somebody's whereabouts. And I say that respectfully. How it's so sad to see that this type of stuff happens every single day. How the family will go against an innocent person just to put them in the psych board, or to get them incarcerated at the end of the day, just to take their funds, to take their home, so they won't be stabled. So they have a reason to say this person is not stable now, that the family needs to take care of this person, when that's their funds, that's their money. This type of stuff happens every single day. Somebody's getting psyched out their thought process and their freedom. Because nobody wants to believe them. This stuff happens every single day. It shouldn't have to take for you to understand that it may be you next. Who's going to come to defend you? Who's going to come to your rescue? Who's going to help you? You never know what's going to happen to your family, if they're going to be here or not. You don't know what's going to happen to that associate that you have around you. Are they going to be real with you for the rest of your life or not? People start to flake. People start to move funny. It's the thought process for me. Let's talk about real life stuff. Real life stuff. If you haven't experienced, you would know about it, right? That's why they paint this picture. People talking to FBI agents, cops, and all that at the end of the day. People doing dirty work at the end of the day, behind a profile. I'm not scared of nobody. I am not scared of nobody. You don't put fear in my heart. You do not put fear in my heart. I am a child of God. You do not put fear in my heart. But enough is enough. Leave innocent people alone. Leave innocent people alone. And I say that respectfully. Because you don't want somebody to become their best self version of themselves. You lock them up for no reason. Let's talk about it. Imagine you being an innocent person. You didn't have to do anything to commit a crime at the end of the day. Wrong place, wrong time, so they say. Or does it have to be the wrong place or wrong time at the end of the day? When you just minding your business, you could be walking to the store and they just stop and frisk you for no reason. You behind a cell. You behind a jail cell. Why are you behind a jail cell? Because they judged you. They went against you. They didn't want you to have your freedom. Because it was you. This type of stuff happens every single day. Every single day. It does. You know, when someone expresses themselves to you as to what they experience, the first thing a person want to say is, that's crazy. How can something happen like that to you? How could you have been sexually assaulted as a child? And you're not spazzing out here. You've been discriminated against. You're not out here spazzing out here. You went through this, and you're not out here spazzing out here. Why you not strung out on drugs? Why? It's like you saw your neighbor. They homeless today because they were sexually assaulted by their mother or their father, or their mother or father, boyfriend or girlfriend or something. They didn't know how to cope. So now their favorite drink is Long Island. And it hit is something. And I say that respectfully. Because someone doesn't know how to cope. They're hurt. They're looking for love. And this is what happens with people in today's society. A person will get into a relationship looking for love. Just for someone to manipulate them and disrespect them. Because of their vulnerability, they're able to express themselves. And that's how people run up on people at the end of the day. To hurt them. A person becomes in a situation, being a domestic violence situation. Who are not in a domestic violence situation, you have street walkers at a young age. And then these women become adults and they're street walkers. When you know, you know. Because they didn't know what love looks like. They didn't have respect. So at the end of the day, nobody ever respected them. They need money. They ain't got nobody to go to. They ain't got no family. So they ran to the street. This type of stuff happens every single day. It broke my heart to hear a 12-year-old strung out on crack cocaine. A 12-year-old? Are you kidding me? 12? How? How did that happen? How did this baby endure this at 12 years old? 12? How? How did that happen? And you'd be so surprised. It doesn't matter the baby's culture at the end of the day, but you'd be so surprised. They quick to judge at the end of the day. That baby was sexually assaulted by her stepfather. The mother didn't do nothing. The mother laughed. The mother disrespected that baby. The mother didn't get that baby help because the mother didn't have the proper self-awareness herself because she was sexually assaulted. She didn't know how to protect herself. How's she going to protect her baby? It's so disgusting to see how individuals get into relationships and they put their children last. And they put the person that they're in a relationship with first. As if the child is not even there. That child got to grow up quick. It should be no reason why. That's not that child's father. That child's being abused by somebody that's not even that child's parent. How? You know how traumatizing that is? To know that's not your biological folks at the end of the day and they beating the crap out of you, regardless if you're in a foster care or not. You ain't eating for weeks at a time, regardless if you're in a foster care or not. 2-family household or 1-family household or not. Do you understand the trauma behind that? People wore masks for so long. So long. For so long. For so long. People wore masks for so long. To cover the pain and the hurt. And to cope with it, they drink. They use different substances. Pain prescription pills. You put a name to your book. Just so they could feel numb. But the feeling, regardless of however we look at it, it's still there. The pain is still there. The pain is still there. It is. The pain is still there. Regardless of how numb they trying to feel within that moment, having a good night, done spent thousands of dollars and had a good night and bought bottles at the bottles and spent their last little couple of dollars on this just to ease their mind. Or they trying to find $1, they robbing people, all types of stuff. Just, the pain is still there. The pain is still there. It's not the norm to kick your neighbor down because you don't understand somebody's walk of life. Or even to sit there and play somebody close, you know, just to see what they got going on, you know, or you know, and just to sit there just to talk about the person. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so unhealthy. Like, that's so childish to me. Like, you say you grown. I'm grown. I'm an adult. I'm grown. Confirmation. Excuse me. And say that you're an adult and you're grown at the end of the day. And you take care of yourself. But you don't know how to be mature enough to stay in your own lane and respect yourself, to respect your neighbor. It's a thought process for me. You know, the lack of knowledge. You know, it don't matter what kind of degree you have, how much money you make at the end of the day. That does not matter. And I say that respectfully. It's good to have those tools within you. That's cool. Because you learn something new every day, and, you know, good to know that you're financially stable or not, or whatever the case may be. But when it comes to mental health and not having the proper tools how to guide yourself, it's a bad domino effect. It hurts you really bad inside. And sometimes some people wear a mask for so long, a person could be around you for years, and you would never know what they're mentally going through. Never. Because they wore it so well. And because they wore it so well, you get that shocking phone call. You get that shocking, you know, moment within your life, and you look at the news, or you watch your TV screen, or you watch your little phone, or whatever the case may be, your little tablet, and they just psych themselves out their freedom. It became too overwhelming to cope with their trauma and their pain that was endured within them from a child point of view going into their adulthood. They could have been going to see a therapist and everything. They could have been getting prescriptions from them and everything. All that. But they couldn't cope with. They couldn't cope. It just was something wasn't right. They didn't feel that safe place to actually go to somebody. They didn't have that safe place with somebody. They were seeking it from individuals that they thought that, you know, they'll feel comfortable around, but nobody gave them that stability that they needed to feel like, you know what, this is my safe place right here. I could trust this person, and I know that they're not going to repeat what I'm saying to them, or I know they're not going to disrespect me. They're not going to go against me. They're not going to make me feel unworthy of myself. Wow. You know, because you don't understand somebody's walk of life, you know, you got to be careful when you judge a book by its cover. And I say that respectfully. Like, the young man was walking down a block, right? And the little boy was hungry. I'd rather somebody ask me than try to rob me at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. Ask before robbing me. Like, for real, like make it make sense. Because you never know how a person may just help you at the end of the day. You never know. But a few weeks prior to that, this man had got robbed. This same young boy was hungry. The man recognized the little boy. The man didn't go against the little boy because at the end of the day, he knew that, hey, this little boy, he needed help. He needed guidance. Not only he needed guidance, But he needed a role model in his life because he's a young man, young boy. He said, didn't you just rob me the other day? He looked at him while he looking at him, and they looking at each other like, nah, that was my friends. At least he was honest. Not a lot of people are honest. He said, if I did so, I am so sorry, sir. He said, I didn't have malicious intentions. I just needed to eat. The young boy's mother just passed away. That's all he had was his mother. And his family went against him. Boy only 15 years old. Young boy. So now he's running the streets, being a follower where he should be a leader. The group of people that he's running around with, they psyching people out their thought process and their pockets and their eyesight and all that. And he's not even that type of kid. He's not. Just for something to eat and a place to stay. This type of stuff happens every single day. You don't understand what these children are going through. They may not be able to, it was so sad too that even if the parents are present or not at the end of the day, some children are not able to express themselves to their parents. The parents could be doing everything right in the household, but it's just a lack of security for that child. And if that child has that lack of security within them, they're not going to express themselves how they need to. That's why mental health is very important. So you don't miss anything. And I say that respectfully. Like, come on, y'all. For real? It's been overdue. It's already overdue for so long. Overdue for so long. It should be no reason why these young kids out here psyching people out their thought process, they feeding their pockets, their eyesight, because they don't have the proper guidance. And it's bigger than culture. And I say that respectfully. It's bigger than culture. It really is. Because you'd be so surprised who's really doing it out here too. Don't just blame one culture. No, you're not going to do that. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going to point a finger at one culture. Absolutely not. I don't care how bad the music is at the end of the day, how trash the music is. I don't care. You're not going to do that. Because everybody participates in something within their culture that comes to this type of behavior. And I say that respectfully. Regardless if it's not that, it's something else. And I say that respectfully. This type of stuff happens every single day. It does. And it needs to be stopped. It really does. It needs to stop. It does. No children should be able to, and I say this respectfully, no children should ever be in the mindset of feeling hungry. No child should ever have to go to school feeling uncomfortable because they're being bullied. That's a baby. Why is your child bullying the next child anyway? No, for real, why? Why is that the norm? And why are you laughing for? Ain't nothing funny. It's the mindset for me. How this dysfunctional behavior became the norm for so long. It should be no reason why two parents are addressing a situation when it comes to bullyism in a school where children are supposed to feel safe. Where children are supposed to feel safe. And one parent has the lack of no type of knowledge at the end of the day when it comes to respect. This stuff happens every single day and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Ain't nothing funny about it. For a child to go to a schoolhouse and they're supposed to feel safe, but their neighbor is going against them with malicious intentions. It should be no reason why a child's in a schoolhouse after you done just dropped them off, why you just got stabbed with a scissor in the schoolhouse. Or why somebody just cut the little girl hair. Or somebody just cut somebody's book back because of jealousy. Where they getting this behavior from? Where? They seen it somewhere. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Excuse me. But it's the thought process for me. How this became the norm. Yeah, it became the norm. It became the norm. I don't know how y'all do this. How y'all just talk and all that. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm thirsty. But that's besides the point. This is unacceptable. It really is. It truly is unacceptable. Children should be able to go to a schoolhouse and feel safe. I don't know what's going on in these households or whatever the case may be, but it's not the norm. It's not. And they're seeing it somewhere. They are. They're seeing it somewhere. Bullyism is not cool. It's not cool at all. There's nothing cool about it. There's nothing fun about it. At the end of the day, hurting an innocent person. It's not. The enemy does not live here today, and I say that respectfully. The enemy does not live here today. Today is what? November 20th, 2023. Today's Monday. Okay. And it's 8:02 a.m. I guess class is in session. Class is in session. You know, God is not too pleased. And I say that respectfully. God is not too pleased. And God said there are better days ahead. And a lot of stuff is about to change. God said there are better days ahead. And a lot of stuff is about to change. It's a thought process for me. How they allows you to believe that this was the norm for so long. To go against your neighbor. To kick your neighbor down because your neighbor's trying to find balance within their day. Regardless if somebody's an addict, somebody is, somebody's not, somebody's just trying to make it, somebody's a millionaire, billionaire or not, at the end of the day, it's called respect, neighbor. It don't matter what bracket range somebody's in, what walk of life somebody comes from. It's called respect. This is bigger than culture. It is. And discrimination and racism is disgusting and it really needs to stop. It really does. It really does. It really needs to stop. Somebody moves into a new environment or whatever the case may be. It should be no reason, okay, well, y'all two different cultures. Okay, cool. But it should be no reason because of the fact that your neighbor drives a certain kind of car. You're discriminated against them at the end of the day. They take care of their kids. You're jealous at the end of the day. Like, come on, make it make sense. Calling them all types of unnecessary words when it comes to racism. Like, come on, are you serious? It's unacceptable. And then you're looking for reaction out of somebody at the end of the day, and then when somebody knocks your teeth down your throat, now you mad. Now you want to play victim. Because you was antagonizing somebody at the end of the day. You kept playing them close. This person's reporting you every minute, every second, because at the end of the day, they're not trying to allow you to psych them out their thought process or their freedom. So at the end of the day, you run up on them. Why is you run up on anybody at the end of the day? Why? Why is you running up on somebody, the innocent person? So now because you ran up on them and they was defending and protecting themselves, now they're wrong? But you was picking at somebody and you thought they wasn't going to do nothing to you. So you kept picking the bear and the bear kept sitting there not doing nothing to you until that one day you bothered the bear and hit the bear and the bear knocked you down. And now you want to play victim. That's so unacceptable. People need to start taking accountability for their actions at the end of the day. Mental health is very important. Like, it really is. Self-awareness is very important. I'm about to wrap this video up. I think I said that already, right? It's the thought process of me. You know, but God said there are better days ahead. Stop the violence. Stop the violence against innocent people. If you're not defending yourself, stop the violence. There's no reason why you should be projecting this negative energy into the universe anyway. You should not. And I say that respectfully. When the enemy allows you to believe it was the norm, when the enemy allows you to believe to go against your neighbor, when it came to that violence behavior, it's not the norm. It's not. You were so programmed for so long and allowing yourself to believe that it was the norm for so long. It's not the norm. It's not. It's not the norm to bother innocent people and project negative energy on an innocent person. It's not the norm. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. And you deserve to be treated with respect. 365 days with no malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself or others around you. Never allow a hate in disguise or personal malicious intentions like your thought process, your feet in your pockets or your eyes because they don't have good intentions. You mad and you are worthy. Protect your energy because not everybody is deserving your time and your day. You matter and you are worthy. They try to dim your light, but God has not dimmed the light within you. Don't hurt yourself with your own words. God said there are better days ahead. With God's protection from every direction, any negative energy I actually return back to sender respectfully. Have a safe day. Have a safe week ahead of you. Have a safe remaining month. Have a safe remaining year. Protect your energy. Not everybody's deserving your time and day, and that's okay. Not everybody's going to understand your walk of life, but it's called respect, neighbor. It's called respect. Stop the violence. Stop the violence. Be mindful when you judge a book by its cover. If you don't understand how to respect your neighbor, just stay in your own lane, neighbor. And I say that respectfully. If you don't know how to respect your neighbor, just stay in your own lane, especially when someone is not projecting negative energy towards you. You don't understand someone's walk of life, just stay in your own lane. Respect yourself to understand at the end of the day, okay, well, I don't understand my neighbor's walk of life, but I'm not going to judge my neighbor at the end of the day. I'm going to just continue to stay in my lane and elevate. And especially when my neighbor's not bringing harm towards me, let alone they're not even acknowledging me. Stop the violence. Be mindful when discriminating against your innocent neighbor. Be mindful when judging a book by its cover. Never judge a book by its cover. Never. And I say that respectfully. Never judge a book by its cover. With God's protection for every direction. Have a good day. Now you genuine love, respect. I gotta go. I need a nap. Oh, Lord.